What's happening, people? It's your boy KDI Double of the JMC team. I am here with M of the JMC team. M,
Yo, it's Mercenary. What's up, guys?
what the dilly? We in the house today, and with the release of Mortal Kombat X, especially since the game is from Chicago, and being that we are in the city, needless to say, that game hits home for us a lot harder than it does for regular gamers and whatnot, because we were a part of it since the very beginning in Mortal Monday.
Oh yeah,
92.
I mean, they were releasing cabinets all over Chicago arcades, and we were the first to see it. I mean, even before the fatalities.
Exactly. Before the fatalities and before the blood was even out. Okay, you guys don't even understand that's why it's so important to us Chicago fans. But yes.
Yeah, it was just like uppercut into sand.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what we had. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we had before. So.
And then all of a sudden, one day I was in Times Square when it happened. Where we were like, yeah. Was this the same game from before? We couldn't even determine if it was the same fighting game that we had played before, because when they added the blood to it, it felt like a completely different game. And they added the fatalities to it, it felt like a completely different game.
I mean, for me, it was a little bit different because I started playing after, MK was already controversial, MK1. And I got it on the home system, ABA, CABB. The blood code, on the Genesis. Indeed. So I was able to do the fatalities and stuff like that. But
down, up, left, A, right, down.
Yeah, all that shit. But I was a little bit late to the scene, but I was still there. I think at the time I was living in Florida, but I knew the game was from Chicago, so I was like, yeah, let me try this out. I rented it a fuck ton, to the point where I basically just made my mother just give in and just you know what, this kid's spending all his allowance on renting the game, I'm just gonna buy it for him. And eventually she did, so that's where my MK story starts.
Well, I began with MK1 and a friend in the neighborhood, but that's getting a little besides the point of what we really want to go through here, so it's just, again, with the release of MK, the new MKX, it's a big thing for us, to bring it all down to the basics. It's a big thing for us Chicago people. MK has always been a game that's always been around here for the longest. It's received the most controversy, but in our arcades, it got the most work. In our arcades,
without MK, you don't even have the ESRB. You don't even have the rating
system. The rating system.
They're the ones that started it.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly.
It's
games
forward, out, forward, high punch. Pretty much started all that.
Exactly.
The Sub-Zero
Lock
spine
up.
Rip. Yep, spine rip fatality.
Scorpion's toasty. Yes.
That's where it started. It's iconic. So this is where we're at, and
this is where we're at now, because Capcom, you have failed. Capcom, you have failed. You have failed monumentally this time, Capcom. It is 4/20, April 2015.
You can start over.
Capcom, there's no need to start over. It's okay. You can keep it in there. Keep it in there. This is how upset I am. This is truly how upset I am, because here we are, April fucking 20th, 2015, and there is still no fucking patch for the Xbox One online raid mode. Capcom, you guys gotta understand, you're late. There's that you can forget about. I wanted to plug you guys and make the videos for the co-op. I wanted to do all the co-op stages with the JMC team online. You guys have fucking failed, and there is no coming back from it. You guys have lost to Mortal Kombat, because Mortal Kombat will continue to be streamed as it already has been. It will continue to be streamed over your game. No, it doesn't matter when you guys are dropping the co-op for me now personally. You guys are too late for this entire thing.
Oh yeah, and to clarify what Dig is talking about, we're talking about the Xbox One version. The system that has
the digital version, by the way, the one that was released in January. So for let's be specific for a minute before you go on. Just pause the thought. For those of us who actually paid for it in January, Okay, when you bought it digitally in January, starting with episode 1. Okay, technically, we've been waiting since then, guys. Let's be honest here. They should have dropped it back then. There's really no excuse for them not having us to give it, for them not giving us the co-op back then. But we let them set and waited out until they dropped the press copies on March 17th. And the press copies were supposedly connecting to press copies. I'm not sure how that worked. Perhaps Mercenary can...
No, I mean, it was supposed to drop at the same time. But basically, they need a little bit more time, so they released it on April 1st, or March 31st, April 1st. That was a great April Fool's Day joke for the Xbox One owners.
Right.
Because it's 420 and we're still waiting on it, and it's still not here. And and I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys an idea of the extent of play that I've put into it. I've logged in about close to 80 hours between the campaign and the code, the raid mode. The raid mode with Code Red, all that stuff.
Right.
Completed everything 100%. I'm even gonna put a part of the footage in the not the description, but the actual gameplay, like the actual video that's gonna be playing in the background of this.
Right.
I'm gonna show exactly how much time I've actually put into this game.
Exactly.
So just to kind of let people know that I'm not just talking out of my
right.
ass.
Same here, because I've also logged in about the same amount of time. I give it minus the campaign. Like, the campaign was definitely excellent, but I only ran the campaign out of casual mode and slightly a little bit of normal mode and a couple of chapters of Survivor. Me and Mercenary ran out Survivor a little bit, but Raid mode is a different story. I have completed all of normal, all of hard, all of very hard, and all of Code Red. So here we are, Capcom. And guys, I gotta be honest here. This Raid mode just, to me personally, was nowhere near as excellent as the first game's raid mode. Revelations 1 raid mode was definitely more fun to play. For the simple fact of, I just want to go on to say, like, this time we played through a lot of Resident Evil 6 stages. I noticed, to me personally, that shows a lack of creativity. Your team just was lazy. What, you guys didn't want to make your own stages? You could have taken stages from the campaign and put them into raid mode, and we probably would have been happy with something like that. No, you plaster Resident Evil 6 all over. Then to top it off, you throw the Napads and the Ras Lapanges or whatever you were calling them from Resident Evil 6 in there as well. Like, you guys were littering the game with Resident Evil 6 all over. That shows a lot of lack of creative insight.
As a player of Resident Evil 5's Mercenary mode, hence the name Mercenary. I played the fuck out of Mercenary mode in Resident Evil 5, and all I get is a fucking axe executioner. Not even the flame executioner. I just get the axe executioner.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool. He's very intimidating and stuff like that. But
right.
That's all we got.
Right.
That's all we got.
Like, it's like you guys don't understand how much in your series you guys could be with this. You guys could literally be taking this to a whole nother level. And what you could have did with raid mode was, let me help you here. Birkin's G-Virus creatures. You could have had liquors in there. You could have had fucking tyrants in there. You know what I mean? You guys could start throwing shit from Res 3 in there. Snakes, Yawn, the plant. You guys could have started throwing all kinds of shit in there beyond hunters and the new stuff that you had in there. Regular zombies and this and that. You guys could have been throwing everything from every little Resident Evil game in there.
Oh,
the Spanish zombies from Resident Evil 4 and stuff. You guys could have thrown a couple of those in there. And the different creatures that we had to fight in there.
And to take it to another level, I mean, if they were lazy with it, with the development of that, they could have even used the actual sprites from Resident Evil 2.
Right.
Or Resident Evil 3, like on some Marvel vs. Capcom shit, where you use the same fucking sprites.
Right.
On newer games,
Right.
Like MVC 2 had, I guess, for example, Omega Red.
Right.
For example, using the I think it was the Children of the Atom, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
They used the same sprites for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You could have done the same shit with Resident Evil.
We totally would have been.
That would have been hilarious.
Right. We totally would have been looking at it like, oh shit, 8-bit liquor, you know, or 16-bit liquor. Like, oh shit, you know, like, oh damn, blast the hell out of it, kill it. You know what I'm saying? It totally would have been fun for us. No, you guys failed monumentally, and it's and bosses. Let me go on and just focus there for a second. In the first Revelations raid mode, that thing that you fought, that please stop, I'm a human. I've murdered that thing so much. I love that creature. It's like one of my favorite Revelations 1 creatures. Skag Dead.
Yeah.
The Skag, okay? Like, I love that creature. That thing is awesome. You guys could have stuffed 4 in a room. You call that code red? Is that what you call code red difficulty? I should have been fighting 4 Neils. 4 Neils at once. 4 invisible page rolls or something.
Let me elaborate on that a bit, because I'm gonna put this in the video as well. You're gonna get to see exactly how irrelevant Neil is in Code Red raid mode.
Exactly.
He's literally gonna eat an ice bomb and not move and die in the fucking position where he spawned.
Right.
Like, it's like if you throw maybe 3 more at me, then I have to, strategically strategize a bit. Work around the fact that I got 4 fucking Neils coming at me.
Exactly.
In Code Red. But no, that was not the case. I got 14 enemies. 1 was Neil right off the bat. Throw an ice bomb. Kill him with 1 full clip of my sniper rifle that I modified like hell.
Right.
And you're going to see that in the video as well. But it just was not intimidating enough.
Right.
It just like...
Right.
Even Alex Wesker, she just died before she could even crush the piano. The piano was intact, not even touched. That bitch died where she stood.
Guys, like, there's just no explaining how you have failed so hard for this. And some people will continue to give you the credit, not me. I have paid for a product and you have not delivered, especially when it comes to this, because the Xbox One is one of the primary consoles of online traffic. Everyone knows if you want competition, you show up there. You don't end up on the 4. Sorry, Sony. It's just a little thing that's been going with your particular online. But people, if you want competition, we all know you show up on live. And guys, I mean, where was it? Co-op, are you kidding me? You could have thrown 4 Skags at me with that 1 Neil. It would have made it tougher. And you guys are saying, oh, it's going to be tougher with the online patch. Again, too little too late. My Code Red mode is done. You think I'm going to be going back with this hot new Mortal Kombat out? You guys are out of your mind. I already started, JMC, we already started posting combo series videos to the Mortal Kombat X series. Peep that soon, JMC XXG on YouTube. You guys peep it out. Short plug for a second. Getting back into it, guys. I have no idea what you did at Capcom this time around besides fail, because you have let us down monumentally. And I'm saying this in the most non-vulgar way I can, because I truly am pissed about this whole ordeal.
And to interject here, the fact that you're so upset about this, and believe me, I'm upset too. I'm a little bit more, reserved in this, but the fact that you are so upset about this shows how much you actually fucking care. That you want the co-op. You want to play with your friends. You want to fucking crush the raid mode, crush the
high hopes.
Challenges.
Such high hopes to even plug you, Capcom.
Oh man, I mean, they have this for the PS4 version, for the PC version, they have this giant, what is it, the Iron Head thing? Where you have to. He's got 8 bajillion fucking hit points and shit.
Or something.
Yeah, it's we want to be in on that,
right?
But we can't, because every time I walk up to that blue door, it doesn't do anything.
Nothing.
It just does not give me the option to link up. I don't even have access to the challenges.
And this is, again, April 20th, 2015. you guys were due out for that patch. As far as I'm concerned, as far as K-Dig of the JMC team is concerned, you were due out for that patch in January when you dropped our digital release. And then you started coming out with episodes week to week. And one of them episodes should have been our compatibility patch. And then the next episode, the actual patch of it itself. You guys, as far as I'm concerned, are supremely late. But we gave you until March 17th. You still failed. You said it would be out shortly.
I don't
Quotations.
I don't know what their
quotations.
I don't know what their idea of shortly means, but it's 20 days later.
Right.
And shortly seems to be a long fucking time.
Right. Your definition of shortly, Capcom, is obviously a lot more different than the rest of the world. So, you guys have lost your chance. I have my videos up on your channel. They will be coming down. There will be no plug. I will not be happily taking money from your fucking videos for it. I don't give a shit because I understand things differently about this world than the rest of the world. And money doesn't have that much of it's a big concern. But in the end, if things went to hell, if the world went to hell, money wouldn't have that big of a value. So, you know, you got to understand things on my level as well. So yeah, no, there's
my
free money.
Opinion on this is, you know, if I'm broke,
it's about the principle here.
If I'm fucking happy with what I have, what I can afford, I'm straight.
Right.
You know, if that means jumping to another game like MKX, for example, oh my god, the production value that went into that game is insane.
Insane.
It's absolutely insane. They went the whole 9 with that game.
Everyone is playing this game right now. You guys think I'm gonna stop now when everyone's giving when the world is giving Mortal Kombat X the entire camera right now? You think we're gonna stop now when you decide because you saw this video? Oh, you know what, guys? We forgot. Xbox One needs a patch. You guys probably forgot. That's probably what the fuck it is. You guys are so absent-minded that you probably forgot what your 3 franchise having asses: Devil May Cry, Street Fighter, Resident Evil. So
that's for a whole other conversation.
Right.
The Chun-Li with the rice bowl over her head, the noodle bowl, whatever the fuck.
Street Fighter 5.
Street Fighter 5. That's and then plus they're releasing Super Street Fighter 4 on PS4. Like,
exclusive only. Like
yeah, it's like
what's going on there?
No, well, you know, that's the whole deal that they struck up with Sony. So, you know, so all the shit that's going to come out going forward is going to be PlayStation exclusive. So, I don't think Xbox One is going to see that, which is kind of sad because, you know, I would actually like to play that shit on Xbox One. I'm a big, you know, Super Street Fighter 4 fan, but I'm looking at Street Fighter 5 and I just cringe at it.
Right.
Because when I saw Street Fighter 4 footage, it doesn't look very different from the actual final footage.
Right.
So when I look at it, I'm like, man, this is what Street Fighter 5 is going to look like. It's not very good. It's not very impressive to me.
It's not very different from what's
Street Fighter 4
been released already, Capcom.
Yeah.
So.
And they're talking about, you know, Street Fighter 5 is going to be, you know, something that fans haven't seen before. I'm like, I just laugh at that shit.
Right.
I sent that to a few friends, and all they did was laugh. They just laughed as like, okay, we get reveals of Bison on a Tuesday. Oh, just because the whole for me it was Tuesday. It's like that's fucking old.
Exactly.
Like, that was a shitty fucking movie in the 90s,
right.
And you're gonna use that. It's like what kind of, and then on top, like Mortal Kombat X, they've been fucking they put
their foot forward into this release, just like they did their previous release in 2000. What was that, 11 with MK9?
Yep.
They put their foot forward with this release. They sat back. They listen to the fans a little bit, and then they do their own work. It doesn't take a lot of listening to the fans. You don't want to listen to everybody because not everybody's got the right stuff to say. Listen to them a little bit, take it into consideration, and do what you do. And that's exactly what they did. And they put their foot forward in these past 2 releases, and that's why these past 2 releases have been great. You guys, you don't know what to do with your Street Fighter. I'm personally not a fan. Me, K-Dig, I'm personally not a fan of the whole comic book thing for fighting games. That comic book look for fighting games. So 4 didn't appeal to me as much. I would have preferred the just whole arcade-ish look of the old games.
And I'll step in because I played a lot of Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, Ultra Street Fighter 4. I played a lot of that. I liked it. It seemed balanced and all that. It was good. But don't take that and carbon copy that shit into 5.
Exactly.
That's do something else. If you wanted to go back to Street Fighter 3, which was a great fucking game.
Right.
All the iterations of Street Fighter 3 were fucking amazing.
Right.
Bring back the parry system. Integrate some of the things.
Some of the things from Alpha.
Super Street Fighter.
The Alpha series is forever engraved with me.
Bring all that
especially
stuff,
2.
Bring all that to a head and just integrate all that into one game. And you would have had a great game. I think 5 is destined to fail.
And
it's destined to fail. It's they're saying, it's going to be something that fans have never seen before. No, it's gonna be the exact same thing we've seen before with Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, all the other shit all the 4s that you guys are released. It's gonna be the same shit on 5.
And the point of all of this is being, as we branch off into the Street Fighter thing, notice you guys are running out of ideas. Because if you're taking what you did from 4 and plastering it into Street Fighter 5, that's exactly what you did here with Revelations 2 in this raid mode and all them damn Resident Evil 6 stages and enemies I had to fight through. If I wanted to play that horrid release, which was Resident Evil 6, again, I would plug it back up into my goddamn console, throw the damn disc in there, and go for it. I would plug up the console again and just go for it, because that's literally what we would do. But you guys, I don't know what to tell you. This Revelations 2 release, sorry. It's definitely just done. There's gonna be no there's gonna be no coming back from this for me. The last amount of my money, I'm going to let this be known, the last amount of my money that you guys are going to receive will be strictly for retro releases. So, rumor has it that Resident Evil 0 will be released in HD. You'll see my $20 for that, or whatever it is. Yeah, you'll see my $20 for that. Anything else old that I liked, you'll release in HD, after 0, to be honest, I don't know what you guys got, because Code Veronica was already released in HD. So after 0, I don't know what you guys got. But everything new from this point on, forget it. Unless someone's buying it for me, you guys, nah. After this failure with the co-op, absolutely not. I'm not going to let you escape with a single dollar, because you have stolen my money by not providing me that co-op. So.
And I'm going to jump in right here, and I'm going to wrap this up. Mortal Kombat X, I paid $60 to buy the game, right? I gladly paid the $30 for the combat pack, which I'm going to get all the characters that are coming forward in this season, including all the skins and all that stuff. I was more than happy to pay for that. And then $20 on top of that for the crypt unlock. To unlock the whole crypt, give me all
and get the rest of the skins.
Exactly. Give me the rest of the skins, give me the rest of the the little icons that you could do for your online
combat
shit.
Card.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Exactly. Your combat card, that actually makes a difference, because it adds experience and whatnot. Look at how much I'm willing to pay right off the bat for a game. Like, I'm willing to pay
for a game that delivered on drop date.
Yep, I cannot.
No waiting around. You guys gotta drop that fucking waiting around shit, period. DLC is DLC, fine. It'll come out after the fact. You fucking drop a game, you better drop it completely. That is the moral. That's my phone going off in the background. But that is the moral of today's little story here. Guys, especially those of us here who put the money into these gaming companies, no more half purchases. If they ain't giving us the whole product with everything we want when it drops, No money for you.
You know, and we have to respect ourselves as a consumer.
Exactly.
We have to respect
That's
ourselves.
what it all boils down to.
You know, they're only going to get away with as much as we let them get away with. If we let them get away with this shit, who knows what else they're going to get away with. So, that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. Mercenary speaking for the JMC crew.
And KDI Double, once again, speaking for the JMC crew. You know what I mean? This is us, our thoughts. Plenty of stuff to bring you for the channel. We are, once again, long-time gamers. We have been doing this since 83. Some of us in our team have been doing it since further back than that. Guaranteed. This is very long-time gaming experience here. This is definitely very high-level stuff here. So, you know, not to toot our own horn or anything, but we love you guys. Once again, we'll catch you up on the next one. We'll probably end up starting a stream later tonight. It all depends on what's going on, but we will catch you guys on later. JMC out.
JMC, peace.
Peace.